Subscribe. MTL World at World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2. Origin Continent. Chapter 254 The Awakening of the Two Nations' Ancestors. 33rd of Volume 6. Origin Continent, the sacred land of the Thunder Ancient Kingdom Thunder Mountain. Within Thunder Mountain lies countless hidden worlds. In one vast world, a figure lies motionless on an endless grassland. The grassland withers and flourishes time and time again, yet the figure lying on it remains untouched by even a speck of dust. I don't know how long it has been, but this figure finally opened its eyes. He is the founder of the ancient Thunder Kingdom. Personally dissecting a corpse of a high-level Hunyuan life form, we might even be able to obtain some materials from it. The Thunder Ancestor was quite excited. This time the gains are tremendous. Senior Yuan and the others might be really anxious, they even allowed us to purchase the corpse of a high-level Hunyuan life form. Inferior Hunyuan beings, Thunder Ancestor, Flame Wind Ancestor, they all have the qualifications to hunt. But higher primordial life, that is a qualitative change. With a single step, it can crush over 100 million low-level Hunyuan beings to death, and with a single breath, it can turn them to ashes. Those practitioners who haven't escaped from the cage, when encountering higher-level Hunyuan beings, even with the origin worlds protecting their clones, may still suffer complete soul pollution and die. Senior Yuan even brought out the corpses of high-level Hunyuan life beings for us juniors. The Thunder Ancestor pondered. The rumors might be true. Beigu World Group must have been completely fallen. Our sect's practitioners has been defeated. The Beigu World Group is also a world group for cultivating practitioners, created by the predecessors like Yuan at all costs. It is rumored that the naturally origin Tiansheng life camp has set its sights on it. In this world, what feelings are there? The reason he and the YanFeng ancestor cultivated the clans was to have them help occupy more valuable lands and plunder more resources. Just by taking out a bit of the resources needed by the God Kings and a few early-stage treasures of the God Emperors, it would be enough to give the races an absolute advantage on the origin continent, causing them each to incur massive debts and then go out to collect treasures. Ancestor, this ruler of the Galaxy Kingdom acts tyrannically, daring to kill the royal families of two nations who have committed great sins. Emperor Yuan died at his hands. These monarchs all looked forward to the Thunder Ancestor. He possesses strength beyond the level of a God King. Even if I can suppress him a bit on the origin continent, I still can't do anything to him. The Thunder Ancestor looked down and said, strength determines order. If you commit a great sin and are killed by the Lord of the Galaxy, there's nothing I can do. Be more careful in your actions from now on. Are we just supposed to keep enduring? A figure in golden robe said anxiously. The Thunder Ancestor looked at him. The figure in the golden robe felt a tremor in his heart. He knew he had spoken out of turn. The ancestor's orders only needed to be carried out, not questioned. He had previously harvested hundreds of millions of creatures for a long time through Black Vulture Ancestor, and now he was a bit anxious. Ancestor, I. The figure in the golden robe was very uneasy. The other 8 monarchs didn't dare to say a word. Feng Xing, you go to the Tianzhu realm, Feng Valley. Either obtain a treasure from within Feng Valley to atone for your sins, or die in there. The Thunder Ancestor instructed calmly. The figure in the golden robe trembled, and none of the other 8 monarchs dared to intercede. Yes, Ancestor. The figure in the golden robe, Feng Xing monarch, could only comply. To the superior Thunder Ancestor, these monarchs are merely subordinates, mere tools. In every era, he will cultivate a group of monarchs as tools. At the beginning of an era, he would still cherish his subordinates. But by the end of the era, the value of these subordinates would have greatly diminished. As long as an existence beyond the God King is born in the origin continent, you must respect him. The Thunder Ancestor looked down at them, because within the origin continent, they are invincible. However, you don't need to worry. The Thunder Ancestor said. In the environment of the origin continent, Thunder Mountain is absolutely safe. No one can break into Thunder Mountain. The 8 monarchs understood. The meaning of ancestor, they understood. The ancestor couldn't do anything to the Lord of the Galaxy, but similarly, the Lord of the Galaxy couldn't possibly come to Thunder Mountain and act recklessly. During my seclusion, what have I gained? The Thunder Ancestor asked again. Reporting to the ancestor, I have obtained a soul light, one piece. Lord Lei Xiao respectfully reported, while presenting this treasure. The Thunder Ancestor listened and slightly nodded. An era has come to an end, and obtaining treasures is becoming increasingly difficult. The Thunder Ancestor looked at the soul radiance in the box before him, which resembled liquid, nodded in satisfaction, and instructed, you all may leave. Immediately, the monarchs respectfully withdrew. YanFeng. The Thunder Ancestor sat there, but it was a thought that connected him to his old friend, the Flame Wind Ancestor. At the same time he emerged from seclusion, the YanFeng Ancestor also emerged from seclusion. YanFeng, you know about the Galaxy Lord's matter too, right? What are you planning to do? The Thunder Ancestor asked. Outside the Origin world, this Galaxy Lord might be quite inexperienced. But on the Origin continent, we couldn't do anything to him either. The YanFeng Ancestor said with a smile. What could I do? I could only endure it. How about we go together to meet this little guy and beat him up? The Thunder Ancestor asked. He will eventually leave the Origin world and will inevitably need our help. They have cultivated their skills for several eras, accumulating profound knowledge and an extensive network of friends. The Thunder Ancestor has cultivated to the peak of the God Emperor realm, and now he is pursuing the final step, the ultimate bloodline awakening, to break free from the cage. The YanFeng Ancestor is in the late stage of the God Emperor realm, but he is an enlightened one. In terms of strength, he is not much different from the Thunder Ancestor. Among the group of cultivators, the enlightened ones are generally more respected. After all, we are from the same origin world, there's no need to strike. The YanFeng Ancestor said. Moreover, if we truly push the Lord of the Galaxy to the edge, if the Lord of the Galaxy goes mad, the order of the Origin continent will be completely thrown into chaos. The Thunder Ancestor also understood this reason. The power is limited in the Origin continent and the supreme rules are fearless. This makes every above God king wary. Even the founders of the two nations must think twice before acting. The ancestor of the East G domain is willing to let them, but the Lord of the Galaxy might not be willing to let them. Fine, then let's not see him. The Thunder Ancestor said, as a junior, after he leaves the Origin world, he will have no connection with us. Keeping a distance is good for both him and us. The YanFeng Ancestor also had no intention of meeting Luo Feng. Distance creates beauty. Everyone can handle things calmly. How are the harvest from this dissection of the high-level Hunyuan life corpses? The Thunder Ancestor asked. Is there any confidence in achieving the perfection of the God Emperor? The harvest is great. The YanFeng Ancestor was also somewhat invigorated. Higher-level Hunyuan life is incomparably more complex than lower-level Hunyuan life. I will meticulously study this harvest, and I believe I will be able to make further progress. You always make progress each time, but you still haven't reached the peak of the God Emperor. The Thunder Ancestor said. Opening a path in the darkness to reach the semi-Hunyuan level is not easy. The YanFeng Ancestor said with a smile. You need to have patience. At the semi-Hunyuan level, one reaches the perfection of the God Emperor. The number of enlightened beings who have achieved the perfection of the God Emperor is extremely rare. Enlightened ones, if they advance from the semi-Hunyuan level to the Hunyuan level, what you will comprehend is the Tao of the Hunyuan level. This is a complete leap to the top, and they will become the most powerful Hunyuan life. Some of our predecessors, such as Yuan, also hope for the birth of such companions. I am patient, but I worry that time is running out. The natural origin Hunyuan life faction is too powerful. The Thunder Ancestor said with concern, one day, the origin continent might face an invasion from the natural origin Hunyuan life, and if the origin continent falls, we will too. That's just fate. The YanFeng Ancestor said. Worrying about it is useless. On Thunder Mountain. The Ancestor obviously tacitly approved the actions of the Galaxy Sovereign. The Ancestor also said that no one can break into Thunder Mountain. Since that's the case, as long as we stay inside Thunder Mountain to ensure our safety, we can completely send our subordinates to capture living beings. The Origin continent is gradually entering its final stage, and in the future, we will leave the Origin continent to venture out, so we need to capture more living beings to nurture our bloodline. You have a clone, but I don't have one. Is it different if you hiding in Thunder Mountain while sending out puppets to reap the benefits? The two monarchs were quietly conversing. They endured for 300 centuries, originally hoping that the Thunder Ancestor would step in. But now that the Thunder Ancestor's stance is clear, they have only one path left. The true self is hiding under the Thunder Mountain sect, sending puppets to capture living beings. HMPH, I want to see what this Galaxy Kingdom Lord can do. The two monarchs reached a consensus and began to make secret arrangements. Once again, they quietly captured a large number of beings. Brother Yin, the ancestors of the two nations have emerged from seclusion. Be cautious in your actions during this period. Di Qing also informed Luo Feng. The YanFeng Ancestor acts with ease, but the Thunder Ancestor, although not influenced by the Hunyuan bloodline, he is inherently strong and domineering. I understand, Luo Feng replied, comprehending the situation. At this moment, Luo Feng's true self is in the Star Tower, carefully comprehending the secret patterns of the Star Tower. After the establishment of the Galaxy Kingdom, Luo Feng used the rare treasure, Hunyuan crystal, for 300 centuries. His soul strength and mental will were enough to rival that of a early God Emperor, but his physical body was significantly weaker. Every epoch, Luo Feng can take up to 33 Hunyuan crystals at most. Beyond that, the effect increases only marginally. If he exceeds 40 Hunyuan crystals, the effect will instead weaken rapidly. The 10,000 Hunyuan crystals obtained by selling the 3 secret treasures of Yuan have all been used up. He sold some ordinary rare treasures from the dream domain to the 2 great ancient nations again, in exchange for 2,000 Hunyuan crystals. Long-term use of Hunyuan crystals really consumes a lot. Luo Feng felt heartbroken. He felt heartbroken for every 33 Hunyuan crystals he consumed. In the future, as his strength increased, the consumption would only be greater. The effect of the Hunyuan crystal is really good. In terms of cost effectiveness, it can be considered the highest quality auxiliary treasure. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at MTL World 1 YouTube channel.